Take two. Guys, it's been months. Take two. I messed up on the first one and I have a cold still. I have to get throat surgery again in 2 weeks. We'll talk about that in a bit. But this is my new place. Yes, I have the shitty foamy thing behind me that was in my other place. That is not staying there. It will not be used as a sofa, but I don't currently have a sofa. Well, I do actually have a sofa, but not the sofa that's going to go there, which is going to be a large sectional. So I've just put this here for now, but rest assured, it will not be featured prominently in my living room. It will be used as a mattress, which is all that it's really good for. Not that you cared. Maybe you're interested in other things. Say hello, by the way. I only have one person here so far. One person bounced. But yeah, I moved. So I have literally not used this computer in several months. This is the first time I fired it up and I got my internet installed today. So here we are. It's been crazy. I don't know what else to tell you guys other than that. Can you hear me okay, by the way? The game's down. Who's here? Say something. Only one person. This is sad. I guess everybody's at work. Like, I never go live at 10 a.m. I'm hoping that you guys talk to me. I know my lighting, I'm very backlit. I guess I could shut the blinds so you can see my face better. Yeah, I maybe will do a house tour. I don't know. I would like you guys to talk to me though. So to update you, I left Quebec because they just had never-ending harsh pandemic restrictions and I couldn't live with it anymore. They locked everyone down New Year's Eve, regardless of vaccine status. Not that I thought they should ever discriminate, as you know. And then they threatened to tax the unvaccinated. So I was like, that's it. This place has gone straight authoritarian. Not that Canada hasn't gone kind of authoritarian. So I was like, I don't want to live here anymore. I had medical trauma here. I, had lived there for like 20 something years. I'm like, it's time for a change. My family lives in Ontario. So I'm going to move where I like to be, which is, I don't know if I'm going to tell you yet where I live, but it's a very chill, small town with small towny vibes. And I can be at peace here and heal here. And I got the bad news that I need to get throat surgery for the second time in 3 months. I had a cyst removed from my left tonsil that was benign. They tested it for cancer. And now I have another cyst, possibly two, but one that is noticeably large, which actually, by the way, has been growing for 2 years. And I tried to tell them about it, but they poo-pooed it. We're like, oh, maybe that's like the structure of your throat, I think was their line of thinking. No. So once they removed this one, another one went, so that means there's something, I think, in there that they didn't fully get to, and they just pushed it through the other side. So I have to get throat surgery. And you have to be awake. So what they do is they take a 6-inch long needle and they fucking jam it into your back of your throat while you're like, I could probably even show it to you. You guys want to see it? I made a video of it. Can we get enough light? Oh. See that spot right there? Here, I'll get my light. That's really gross to everybody out. Tips, please. Hold on. Right there. So just so everyone doesn't think I'm full of shit. I can't believe I have to get fucking throat surgery 2 times. 2 times. So they jam a giant needle in your throat and they let it freeze. It does a pretty good job because honestly, once that freezing wears off, you have a giant hole in your throat. And trust me, that shit hurt. And then they snip it out. This time it's bigger and there's more tissue involved. So I'm going to have a fucking hole in my fucking throat. And then they whip it in some solution, send it off to pathology, make sure you don't have fucking throat cancer. And that's that. And this ENT, by the way, my other ENT had never asked whether or not I smoked. This one did. And when I said that I occasionally smoked, I smoked a lot when I was like in my early, well, not a lot, but like maximum 4 cigarettes a day when I was in college. But then it was like whenever I would drink. And then I've had like maybe 2 or 3 cigarettes the last couple of years, if that. There was like dead silence. He was like, Which isn't funny, and it will especially not be funny should I have throat cancer. But so far, he's like, and like, I love doctors. They're just so like direct. Though throat doctors so far have been pretty nice, I have to say, compared to other fucking doctors I've interacted with. He was like, yeah, it looks benign. All we got to do is just, we freeze your throat and we just take it out. I'm like, no, honey. No, hunty. It is not as simple as you just freeze my throat and take it out. You go, well, somebody jams a 6-inch long needle in the back of your throat and then goes in with a tool to cut it out while you're conscious. You experience that and tell me it's nothing, please, because it's a fucking awful. It is a case in which benzos would be justified. Just drug yourself out. You don't want to be a part of this fully. This trauma. I did it once. I can't believe I have to do it again. It sucks. I'm getting it fucking done in Toronto. So that's also too, I've been fucking sick. I literally have been sick with the exception of 1 or 2 weeks. I also had to go on antibiotics again since January. It's a miracle that I finished my Govern Me Harder Daddy music video, which I did while at an Airbnb. And that I've done as much literally as I physically can for Patreon, which I think I've done a good job. I haven't been producing shit. So John says 4 cigarettes a day is nothing. I smoked 45 a day for 11 years. I gave it up in 1980. Apparently, if you stop smoking before you're 40, and as long as like it was I guess 45 cigarettes is 2 packs a day. That's pretty fucking bad. But apparently your body can heal before the age of 40 from a lot of damage. So if you want to fuck yourself up, do it before you're 40 and then just stop, because your body doesn't repair itself, so far as they know, quite as well after the age of 40. Haven said, I've puffed a cigarette once and didn't understand the hype. By the way, donations appreciated. This move has cost me $7,000. It's been so expensive. Anyhow, every fucking utility company wants $230 from me. Just paying for movers, it's fucking expensive. But now I have a whole giant place without no, I can't say that. With a better land, can't say that either. Finally, I have good can't say that. I'm sorry. I'm on fire this morning. It's been so long since I fucking streamed. And I know I'm in a frequent stream. And I started to feel like physically repulsive. I actually don't look that bad right now. So I'm good. Thank God. I thought I was starting to look like a fucking gremlin. So it's Mr. Bitchy. Oh, I didn't realize it was you, sweetheart. Oh yeah, so I didn't even justify what you had said because I'm out of it and manic, hyper, and still sick with, who knows, is this COVID? I don't know. I feel like I've gotten COVID 3 times since January. Certainly this doesn't help anything. So yeah, I was going to say, like, it's a miracle I kept up with my work as I have, because I've been drained and very preoccupied with all this. The logistics of moving your business from one province to another is not straightforward. Changing my license, I still have to change my healthcare. I went to like another city to change my healthcare, and they told me I couldn't do it because they weren't accepting all of my paperwork, even though it was clear that I lived here. It's been fucking annoying. And so, I am trying to get back to being healthy again, because we all know that Davison, she might look younger than her age, but her health is fucking shit. And I don't know why. I keep my blood sugar low. I fucking exercise. I now meditate. I meditated on that with a face mask yesterday. Men have stressed me out. Maybe men are the reason for my physical implosion. No, you guys are great. I was actually thinking recently, simps are better than boyfriends. I actually want to get a banner made, so when I go live, it'll be simps over boyfriends. You simps, or so-called simps, anybody who pays for my content, far superior than any boyfriend I've had in forever. Like, period. Men have stressed me out too. Yeah, it's too bad, because the bad ones overshadow the good ones. You know what I'm saying? We do finally get rid of the Rona rules. Now I can go to restaurants, but I've been too sick to go. Plus, everything is really fucking expensive, but I'm sure you guys all find this. And now we have the Russian war situation to fucking torture us. Oh yes. Yeah, so back to cigarettes. Cigarettes are fun because you feel high for about like 4 or 5 minutes if you don't smoke frequently, and then it wears off. So it's like a nice little stimulant. It doesn't alter your perception of reality. It just gives you a nice little stimulating boost. But the bad part of it is that, of course, it does lung damage. And whenever I smoke, I feel like I suffer the consequences because I have a really bad ear, nose, and throat system. Like, I get sick with colds and flus all the time, and one led to a devastating neurological illness. So I am better off not smoking. Plus, it ages you. And Hunty needs to why am I in such a TikTok speak mood today? I need to manage the pace at which I age. So Marietta said, holy shit, I've had something in my throat for years. It comes and goes. Doctors say it's nothing because they can't feel it. Finally getting an ultrasound. That's one thing that I'm shocked that he hasn't done, and I might ask him about that. If I had within the span of 2 months, though the one spot had been growing for several years, these cysts, like, why are they not going, looking at the soft tissue on this side? I did have one here in 2018, and I had like a low grade fever for 6 fucking months. It was awful. But I made that one rupture with baking soda. Baking soda has not worked on this side because they're literally like encapsulated. So there's almost, there's no chance I could rupture it myself. And even if I did, I think they need to take out the membrane. Otherwise, it just will keep refilling. Sorry for the graphic details. Man, it stressed me out too. Excuse me. No, I can't smoke weed. I should have uploaded this to YouTube. When I was here over the holidays, I stayed at a hotel downtown Niagara, which you maybe saw the live stream of. That was beautiful, that you could see like the full falls view. I was in like a premium, superior view room, and I went out to get bikinis for the hot tub that I shot videos in. Obviously, evidently, they weren't for this channel; they were the sexier channel. So when I went to the souvenir shop that sold bikinis, there was a pot store right next door, and they shared a wall. And there was so much pot smoke coming from that pot shop that I actually got involuntarily high, and it triggered my aphasia. So aphasia is when I have expressive aphasia, not comprehensive aphasia. So that means I can understand everything that's going on, but I can't speak. And it comes out like babbling. And I actually, unfortunately, had an ocular migraine on this Saturday, and I had a flare of aphasia, not related, obviously, to any pot, but it was probably related to the cold that I currently have. And it was terrifying. I had eye pain on my left eye after I got the aphasia flare. So I actually believe now that I must have brain damage in Broca's area in my brain, but it's not all the time, but definitely always, even though the right side's supposed to control the left, all the damage on me, the majority of it has occurred on the left side of my body from my neurological illness, not the right. So all that to say, with the pot, it induced aphasia, and I was high, and my perception of time was fucked. And then it did give me the munchies, and I had a great sleep after, but it triggered my aphasia. So I will not be smoking marijuana probably ever, or at least not until there's been like 10 years that I haven't had an aphasia flare. When you're experiencing aphasia, see, I get involuntary movements and aphasia. So I don't know how to explain it. And actually, too, I can even feel that the left side of my face, the nerves are acting up today. Because whenever I get sick, I get flares because of the inflammation in your whole body. My right side feels totally normal. But you don't feel scared because you just can't control it, but it's not painful. It's just like, and plus the fact that I know what it is, even though it's terrible, it makes it less worrying. That said, I had the aphasia flare from the pot, and then I had the aphasia flare from this illness, one presumes, but it was also an ocular migraine. I haven't really had much aphasia for several years now, or maybe at least a year and a half, because I was having the majority of my aphasia between end of July and then mid September and early October to not even, I don't even think I did in October of 2020. So it sucks to know I still have some damage that's kicking around. I wish that YouTube sent my lives to more people, but this isn't exactly, I didn't exactly make a high quality thumbnail, nor did I put many tags. So why would YouTube distribute this to people? But it's scary knowing that I have some degree of brain damage. Not that I didn't know I had it before. I mean, intellectually, as I've stated many times, like I've come back more and more and more. And after I had hyperbaric oxygen therapy, 2 sessions, because my ears couldn't handle it. I want to do more of that, by the way. My intellect came back even further, and I'm able to write at a higher level than I was before, scarily enough, like almost 2 years after my initial illness, before the treatment. So, yeah, I now know, though, there's something wrong in like I said, the Broca's area of my brain, because I get expressive aphasia, and I also get weird hand symptoms where my fingers just randomly get glued together, because actually the region of the brain that controls your hands is also close to the region of the brain that controls speech. And it's funny that the fucking idiots sorry, I shouldn't say that. The people who gave me the wrong medication didn't put one and one together. We're like, that's just like some psychological manifestation. No, it's not. It never was. Fuck you guys. I still have to write my book. I haven't been too busy moving, being sick, blah, 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 trying to, get my head above water. Plus I'm starting a new series soon, for sure, that I'm sticking with, and I'm making a set for upstairs. But when that gets launched, I will let you guys know. It's health related. So John said, I gave up smoking in my 20s and I still have lingering effects from smoking tobacco, and things we probably shouldn't talk about here. Oh, okay. I've been susceptible to bronchitis and have early COPD. Oh no, that sucks. So yeah, your 2 packs a day did do you some damage. Ugh. You can tell I have a cold, right? But I mean, I'm getting better every day. Like I was really sick between Friday and Saturday. And now we're almost a week later, and I think, knock on wood, I'm getting better. Hi, Rishi. Let me get my coffee, guys. I'll be right back. I don't want to drink my pop. I'm back. That's funny. I could just like run upstairs randomly throughout my live streams. Hi, Aunt. Oh, what Spencer died. Spencer died. That's what happened to Spencer. He died. What the fuck? Read this comment. John, did you read this comment? What's it like living with Down syndrome? I mean, I'm a fucking genius in the Down syndrome community, let me tell you, because I'm already clocking pretty high on the intelligence scale as a regular ass person. I don't have trisomy. What's it like being having antisocial personality disorder to sociopathy? It must suck. I mean, people don't like you, I'm pretty sure. What's it like being interpersonally malignant? Like people who comment shit like that, like do you think that I'll pay like you won't get attention if you're nice? That's weird, bro. Like you're fucked up. Oh, am I being rated by 12-year-olds again who are assholes? God, teenagers, why do you go through this like asshole phase? I guess it's inevitable because you don't understand. You're the social part of your brain hasn't finished developing yet. Though it's a kind of it's a wrong assertion that our brains stop developing. They claim that your brain isn't fully developed until you're 25. Neuroplasticity indicates that our brains continue to develop our entire lives. Hence why we acquire more wisdom as we age. What outfit am I wearing? Absolute garbage. One I'm comfortable in because I have a bad cold. And I was the first house that the Bell technician showed up at to install my internet. So if you tip me, I'll give you a full spin. I know Spencer's a very nice dog and he died. Fur babies don't live forever. I don't know why, like anybody with a brain, like I have such a symmetrical, beautiful fucking face. How could you think I look like I have Down syndrome? If my eyes are fucking smaller than usual, it's because I'm actually sick and I have a throat cyst, you fucking asshole. You fucking piece of fucking shit. But some of these fuckers get off on when you like swear at them. So, oh, you're so kind, you fucking son of a bitch. I know I'm pretty. I've made a lot of money off of being attractive. Fuck you. I'm a fucking quadruple threat. I'm a performer. I'm smart. I'm pretty. I'm not very healthy though, so I could have been a quintuple threat, but no, that wasn't in the cards for me. I didn't finish listing off all my qualities. Smart, pretty, I can perform. What's the fourth thing I'm capable of? What videos do I like to? Ones that pay me money. No, I like being funny. Um, what else? I like being funny. I like being creative. I'm about to start a medical series, so it's going to be more serious, but I will never not make funny creative content because it's too much of a part of me and I need to, have that outlet. And music. I wanted to make more music, but I've only made one song, as you know, Govern Me Harder, Daddy. I have other ideas, but the pandemic's kind of fizzling out. Not that we want it to restart or anything, but it's kind of fizzling out. So my album was going to be called, I actually don't want to leak that just in case someone steals it actually, but it was going to be about pandemic politics. But now it's kind of seeming like I didn't have the energy or the strength to produce it. But it should have been done a couple months ago because now we're getting kind of late, but maybe there'll be an unfortunate resurgence. Let's hope not, knock on wood. Oh, I'm your cronut babe. Oh my God. That was like almost 10 years ago. Hit the like button if you're here, by the way. What videos of mine are your favorites, guys? I know what John's going to say. Mr. Bitchy just likes the live streams. USA likes, by the way, hello again, USA. USA likes all of my content. I hate when I gotta get a better webcam. Your favorite's where the booblooms, where I pop my big booblooms. Thank you, USA Brofist. I'm not from any state. I live in Ontario, Canada. Oh my God. I was like, what is this? A box fell on my face yesterday. So this is from, I'm injured. I'm injured from the box that fell on my face. No. Morning, AKM. Oh, you did? You should do it again. It's quite fun. I think I have some balloons here, but because I'm still unpacking, I couldn't go get some right now. Oh, you're from Jersey? That's not far from where I am, sort of, because Jersey's right next to New York. I think Afrain's in New Jersey. Glitch mod. What an idiot. Hold on. Glitch mod. I want to see his channel. Just an archive channel here for the lulz. Meme, RIP meme archives. You will be missed. What an idiot. Taken from a tank battle. Who knows if this is legit? He likes Minecraft glitch mod. Oh, he's a fucking 12-year-old. dank Minecraft memes, bro. He's crying now. No, she made fun of my Minecraft interest, my passion for Minecraft. For a blocky world where there's no point other than wasting time. Although it can be very creative in Minecraft, and I suppose it is relaxing, but I'm not even going to give you that because I want to torture you for being mean to me. Do I have any piercings? Yes, my ears are pierced 3 times, actually technically 4, but that one grew back. It got infected, so I let it grow over. And my belly button's pierced. I'm not currently wearing my belly button piercing because they get kind of uncomfortable. And I only really put it in when I'm like taking photos and stuff. My lunch just got delivered and there's chicken wrapped in bacon. That sounds delicious. That's delicious. I should make that with fresh chicken breasts. Mwah. Not frozen. You need the fresh ones. I too often just buy frozen chicken breasts, which are always seasoned and kind of salty and never taste as good as the fresh ones. Oh, yes. You guys didn't answer my question. What's your favorite content that I make? What should I make more of? Sorry for my sniffles. I'm so excited that I'll be able to do more work now. I mean, I don't want to burn myself out, but like moving is a big deal. It was a bigger deal than I thought it would be, but I mean, I needed to get out of that other place anyways. I'm also training my brain lately. I'm trying to use my left hand to do things I normally do with my right hand. I discovered you from a video made about Jake Paul in Japan. Or you mean Logan Paul. And I didn't know who he was. Jake Paul's Logan Paul's brother. That was Logan, not Jake. Logan was my crutch for a while, sort of. But he's a bit of a jerk. But I appreciate the good sides of him. Oh, thank you, Keith. Or Asif. Sorry, I read Asif how do you say your last name? Iqbal? What currency is that? Is that a rupee? Look up this. It is. Searching. Rupee. Thank you. Thank you for the 20 rupees. Hey, I knew what it was. Taking a shower in the dark helps your brain too. Interesting. Why? Because you have to figure out like how not to slip and die. You saw that an old video of me doing the belly button challenge. I don't know if I could do that right now, given my neurological illness and the fact that I'm bigger now. Oh, I said that I would stand up if someone hit me. So here we go. Wow, what a great outfit this is. What a babe. Hold on. No, definitely not. Definitely not. Nope, I am bigger than I was in that video, I think. So absolutely not right now, but I have gradually been losing weight over like the last many months. This is not doing anything for the perception of my weight, this hoodie. Somebody called me fat and obese and a cow the other day. I really don't think that I'm an obese cow. I think I'm pretty medium. And the thinner I get, the less boobs I have, just so you all know. So pick one. My main concern is to get rid of any visceral fat I have. I'm sitting at a 7 per my scale. I'd like to get back to a 5. But slowly but surely. But my health hasn't been great, so I can't prioritize being aggressive with fasting until I'm better. Though I have been fasting. I did one 24-hour fast, one 21-hour fast, another 20-hour fast. So I'm getting there. But when I'm sick, you got to prioritize being comfortable, feeding your body within reason, because you don't want to get too weak. Hi, Yumcore. Thank you, Yumcore. So Avon says, because you have to do your routine without sight, so it forces perception and awareness. Yeah, well, I'm working on my retraining my left hand. Though when I use my left hand, believe it or not, it actually does trigger me. I feel like I'm going to get more involuntary movements. I feel kind of sick. So hopefully the more I use it, it'll just, whatever pathways are compromised, it'll fix them. This side, if I move this side, use this side, no problems, feels good. And it actually feels better. I don't know how to explain it, but calmer and not in pain on this side of my body versus this side. It's not 100%. Tell us how to lose weight. Eat less. Stop eating flour. It's shit. Okay? Eat less rice. Rice is less shit for you than white flour. White flour is pretty shit for you. Not gonna lie. So stop eating that shit. Minimize to even potatoes without the skin. Start fasting. So only eat in a window of 8 hours a day. If you can make that even smaller, only eat within a 4-hour window a day and only eat 2 meals a day, do it. So intermittently fast, because your body's insulin level needs to drop so you can tap into your fat stores. Dr. Berg might be questionable in certain regards, but he's not wrong about fasting and how to lose weight. Please look up Dr. Jason Fung and be active on top of that. But really, ditch the sugar, ditch the simple carbs, focus on nutrient-dense foods. And this is why I'm making a series about medicine, because I'm quite knowledgeable about all of this and I apply it to myself. It's just unfortunate that my ear, nose, and throat system is shit, but I actually should find a solution for that so that I can be vibrant and healthy and help the world and have fun and entertain you guys and show off my butt and boobs for the next 80 years. Yes, eat less. Absolutely eat less. There have been many studies that have proven the less you eat, the longer you live. We eat, or people eat, not me, eat way too fucking much in North America. And they're eating shit like granola bars, crackers, white bread, pasta. I hate pasta. Gross. I actually feel gross after I eat pasta. And the less sugar you eat, the grosser you will feel when you have it, generally speaking. There are some days, though, that I'll do like refeeds or carb loading, especially if I'm super active. Then I find that I perform better. Like if I'm moving my entire house, like the days I was packing boxes, like that 5 to 7 days, 8 days, I don't know, that I was in Montreal packing up, like I ate almost a whole pizza within the span of like 24 hours because I could not, I would have just been dead. I was moving 12 hours a day. So people don't like to hear that, like, it's better to eat lower carb, but it really truly is. And ketogenesis, the keto diet, has very clear benefits, especially in older insulin resistant populations. Yeah, if you drop sugar from your coffee, you'll never want sweet coffee ever again. That's right. When my parents were over yesterday, my dad's like, I'll have some. My mother's like, oh, do you want some sugar in your tea? His name, Dad? And he's like, yes, 2 sugars or whatever. And I was like, I, the mom was like, where's your sugar? I'm like, I don't have sugar. My dad's like, we'll bring you over 2 pounds of sugar. I'm like, I don't want 2 pounds of sugar. Yumcore says I weigh 310 pounds. Now I'm at, I weighed 310 pounds. Now I'm at 165 to 6-pack. Eat healthier, not less. That is not true, Yummy Core. What do you mean? What are we talking about? Caloric density? Or are we talking about volume? Yeah, you can eat a higher volume as long as those foods are calorically less dense, and especially if they're lower carbs. And protein, you lose 30% of the calories in its metabolism. So that means you net 30% carbs less than the listed carbs, versus carbs only take, I believe, 10% to metabolize. So you're retaining a lot more of the calories, especially if they in the absence of fiber. But calories in, calories out is a very valid part of the equation. You can eat more and healthier if you exercise accordingly. Yes, but most people don't. Let's be real. Most people do not get outside for an hour a day and take a fucking walk. Most people are not lifting. I haven't started lifting yet. I focus on mostly cardio and mostly cardio and long walks. Hold on. Plus, I lug I lug groceries home. I don't own a car, which I think helps weight loss immensely, because all the little bits of activity that you do add up. It's not what you're eating. It's a combination. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yes, it is what you're eating. Okay. So we agree on that point. So John says they say avoid all white foods like flour and sugar, but the better rule is eat low glycemic index foods. If you eat high GI foods, just make them high resistant carbs by refrigerating it for a day. Yeah, well, yeah, if you put rice in the fridge, it becomes resistant starch. I don't know if that also applies. I think it does apply to pasta. I don't know if it applies to potatoes. I started this channel like, I don't know, probably 14 years ago, 13, 14 years ago. No, chicken wrapped in bacon is fine. It's low carb. If you're having chicken wrapped in bacon on a salad, you're fine. As long as the salad dressing isn't like high in sugar. And also eat less shitty oils like canola and seed oils, generally speaking. Though I heard sunflower isn't that bad though. Is that a seed? Yeah, I guess sunflower is a seed. High oleic sunflower oil is good for you. I don't know. I have to do research on that. But like focus on the olive oils, the coconut oil, the butters, the lard, the avocado oils of the world. Because avocado and olive are fruit oils. Yes, there's sugar in almost all commercially processed or made salad dressings, unfortunately. I'm going to cross 100,000 subscribers here probably this year, and I'm so jazzed because I'll finally get my plaque. It only took me 14 years. I'm so talented. Maybe my new project, if I stick to it and I produce at high quality, intelligently, I'll get there pretty fast, I hope. But not everyone's interested in anti-aging, even if they should be. Maybe I need to frame it more as healthy living, but my focus really will be on anti-aging. I plan my own salad and dress it with salt and vinegar. Good. That's good for you. I'm on the fence a little bit about apple cider vinegar because consuming too much of it affects the enamel of your teeth and can alter in not necessarily a good way the pH of your stomach, but it's beneficial for certain people. Ant says 14 years and I've only just found you. Yeah, I have been guilty of producing far too niche content based on trends. So that limits my circulation on YouTube because they can't niche me down. Like my main channel on YouTube, or what used to be, I've done some pretty, I think, interesting, funny, hilarious, creative things. But because I wasn't clearly like a yoga channel or a I don't know, a try-on channel or whatever, YouTube never knew who to send me to. Plus, then I got more of like an 18 plus rating, and that limited my reach. But this channel, because it's always been my clean channel where I talk about trends or trending news, it's a bit of a variety channel. YouTube sends it out more, but now because I'm focused on shorts, it sees me as a shorts channel. So that's my current strength. And the Ian series proved immensely popular. Oh, that's interesting, John. I have been I have been confusing the system since 2009. It's true. So my recommendation to anyone wanting to start a YouTube channel, don't be like me. Don't be so creative and varied, niche down. But I mean, my happiness as a human being depends on variety. So that's why I've become what I've become. I'm trying to get the lighting a little better. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm tired of having a cold. Boys and girls, mostly boys. I'm glad you're okay. Thank you, Tara. I am okay, but I have throat surgery in 2 weeks, which is annoying. Actually, what are we, the 3rd? It's on the 16th. It's in 13 days. I literally was pouting at the ENT office. Because he was like, oh, have you ever been scoped before? That's where they stick a camera up your nose and down the back of your throat. I'm like, yes, and I hate it. So if you don't need to do it, don't do it. And he was like, ha, 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 ha. So SJ, Huelva. I don't remember when I subscribed to your channel, but I must have. Probably through the Ian series about Dr. Berg being a Scientologist, possibly. I'm the one that produced the series, and all these angry people who are like, you're re-uploading his videos. Actually, no, a lot of them are content that I fucking edited and set to music and organized. So no, I'm not just pressing re-upload on his content. Maybe there's 1 or 2 of his videos that I didn't modify much or at all, but the rest are all me producing what Ian made elsewhere. You didn't get anesthesia for the endoscopy? Nope. Only once the first time. The rest of the times, nope. Dr. M was like, runk, runk. And the first time I ever had one back in, oh God, the 90s, or maybe was it the 90s? It was in the 90s. It was like a metal one that they stuck straight up. He's like, don't move. It's like, great. It would pierce my brain. It's my ear, nose, and throat shit has been nothing but slightly terrible. God bless the doctors. They've been nice, as I've said, but oh yeah, I didn't finish my thought about the cyst before. The doctor was like, it's probably not cancerous. So that's probably a good thing. The throat doesn't hurt. It's the sinuses that hurt when the camera goes in. Do I like the great outdoors? Yes, I love the great outdoors. I love hiking. Damn it. The only cute guy that I've matched with in weeks on Bumble hasn't messaged me. The only very cute guy. So maybe he was catfish. I have a feeling Bumble's downgraded me if Bumble has tiers because I say that I don't like casual relationships on the app. And that's like committing app suicide because so many fucking bros expect fucking casual relationships. So I guess if it downgrades me to people who are looking for non-casual relationships, that's good. But if I'm seeing guys that I'm not attracted to, that's not good. I don't know. Do I believe in Sasquatches? Probably not, but there's probably some primates we maybe don't know about. Do you? Yeah, because the sinuses are tiny. USA says, I recently got into sailing and I can't stop. Sail away, sail away, sail away. John says, I can't remember what year I subbed. It's probably 2017 or 2018, but it was when Piper Blush took her break from YouTube. I know it was a while since I know it was a while I was living here, but I've been here for 8 years. I haven't looked at Piper's stuff again. So Cocoscope is no more. Oh, it's no day. That sucks. Oops. Sorry. I've almost been live for an hour, guys. I think I'm feeling a little tired as I look a little tired. So I'm going to finish or start unpacking, try to get something done for OF. Patreon, I'd like to do something soon, but I don't want to like overextend myself. As I've said many times, I produce as much as I can, and producing too much content is not healthy for one person doing it alone who's in the midst of a major interprovincial move who has a throat cyst. So yeah, see you too. Thank you for subscribing to me. I appreciate it. Why am I getting hungry? I had fathead dough, by the way, this morning. If you are into keto, you know what that is. You melt cheese and then you add like almond flour to it. I just basically melted cheddar cheese, but you don't over melt it, and then you incorporate it into almond flour, and then it turns into like a dough, and then you can like bake it. I am so lazy that I like melted the cheese out of the almond flour, turned it into a dough, and just like bit off pieces of the dough. Hi, Tara. Thank you. She's a free and a paid OF, and the free is what is on Piper Inc., and the paid is all stuff from old sites plus new 18 plus stuff. Oh, okay. Gosh darn it, the lighting. I'm so used to my iPhone. I was like, I kept touching my face on my screen, trying to get the camera to expose from my face and not the window. Do I like my belly ring? Oh gosh, are you one of those? Please message me if you have those sorts of questions. Message me and leave a minimum $5 tip on Censored Uncensored on OF, because that's a paid question. The person that tipped me, are you still here, Steve? I didn't do a full turnaround. Oh, yes, I did. Oh, you know when you have like your sinuses are dripping, it's not fun. Hi, rubber pigs. Shoulder pig. I don't know where shoulder pig is. Does everybody remember shoulder pig? I also have party pig on the door to my basement. Party pig. Party pig's a piñata. Let's show you guys party pig. This is party pig. Isn't party pig adorable? It's a tiny piñata, even though it has a tail. You're supposed to whack him, but I would not do that to party pig. I don't know where you fill him. You fill him somewhere, but this is party pig. You remember shoulder pig? He brings good vibes and good luck, and he's happy. So he's blessing you right now. Like those channels that like do Reiki on TikTok. Blessings of the party pig. Yeah, I have salt water. I've been doing that on and off all week. But the problem is whenever I put salt water up my nose, it feels like you're waterlogged all day. Like that water just stays stuck in those sinuses, and you feel like you went swimming and you got water up your nose like all day, and it like bothers your eyeballs a little bit. But yeah, I guess I could do that again. It's been, I don't think I did it yesterday. I might have yesterday morning, but if not yesterday, it was the day before. Let's get Davison healthy, guys. I need to do more research into ear, nose, and throat issues, because like I research how to have a good diet, how to be fit, how to have a good lifestyle, because I've started meditating again, doing meditation, but I haven't specifically researched all this that causes me so many problems. Like my lungs are fine. It's mostly anything above my neck that is not okay. Sinuses, throat, bad. Ears, questionable. My teeth are more or less okay. When should I go out to a restaurant for the first time, guys? I was thinking I kind of felt like going to Red Lobster tonight, but like part of me thinks that I should wait until I'm 100%. Because like I feel okay when I'm not standing up, but when I'm moving around, I feel a little weak still. So maybe I should wait a couple days. You have to make sure the salt is pure. In other words, don't use table salt. It has additives. I use like Shoppers Drug Mart, Pharmaprix. It's like Rexall / CVS in Canada. They're, pre-made either seawater or saltwater solutions that like you just press them and it shoots the water up your nose. I have a neti pot, or a version thereof. I hate it. I actually want to like give it away. But I find I just do the spray and then. So I'm sure they use the right salt, the prepackaged stuff, be it salt water or their own saline solution. But I heard that doing that all the time isn't necessarily good for your sinuses. Like there's like a happy medium. By the way, this is Diet Pop. I think I made that guy mad who lost weight. He was like, it's not true about food, because he hasn't spoken since. Maybe I have issues with my sinuses, John, wherein they never fully drain, and that explains all of my problems. Because no, even if I blow my nose, it doesn't all come out. I must have maybe like small sinuses, or I don't know. They actually did a CT scan of my sinuses because remember, post illness, I kept having fluid dripping from my nose right as I had turned the corner in terms of my consciousness coming back, but my involuntary movements were at their worst. And they said that it might have been cerebral spinal fluid that was leaking. But by the time they saw me for my CT scan, it was months later and it had closed. So I have like thinning of the bones of my sinuses, I believe, on the left side. So that might have been where there was some form of a crack that sealed. Head upside down helps. God, more blood rushing to my head. Almost an hour, guys. Does anybody have any questions? Please ask questions for the remaining 6 minutes, and then I will force myself to start my other work. It's not forcing myself, but it's going to be a lot of labor getting more set up. I have to buy more hangers. I could go to the dollar store, but it's probably more efficient for me to get them delivered. But I kind of want all the same color, Be bougie like that. Yeah, I've had the past postnasal drip, runny nose, and sinus problems since the 70s. Mine was caused by smoking, and it never really went away. I had damage, I think, from the previous, not the apartment I was just in, but the one before that with the old hot water radiators, some of which were rusting. It got so dry because they had also very old windows in there in the winter that I would have constant nosebleeds. I did buy humidifiers right before I got really ill, but I think the damage, unfortunately, had occurred. Plus, at one point, they completely redid the brickwork in the building next to us. And I'm sure I got breathed in some of that terrible dust at a certain point. I really shouldn't have lived there as long as I did, but I said that a million times. So, I mean, I since I was a child, I've always had issues with getting way too many colds. Like I must have some sort of weird, either hyperactive immune system or immunodeficiency. I mean, the intensity of that illness I suffered in 2020 seems to indicate that I'm slightly immunodeficient. But they've never investigated. Doctors have never, I feel, investigated me fully. Well, they have sort of, but not holistically enough to be like, this is what's going on. But I mean, they only know so much, right? We were under the impression that doctors know everything. They don't. It's constantly evolving. New knowledge is always being added. So maybe you should take colloidal silver instead of salt water up your nose. Lisa says, hey, sorry, I have no idea how I got you in my feed. Probably because you subscribed to me from the Ian series about Dr. Berg being a Scientologist. But anyways, I just heard about the sinuses. My guy has it his whole life. He won't listen. No, I have links I can send you. Yes, please send them to me. I'm Davison Video or Davison. Just send it to davison.video on Instagram. Davison.video. Do I need help with video editing? Abs, thank you, but no. No. Especially not for my spicy stuff. Nobody but me is going to shoot my spicy stuff, probably for the next little while. John says, I'm always trying to find that happy spot. It's true. Between humid enough to cause a sinus issues and so dry my nose bleeds. The problem with too much colloidal silver, though, isn't it that eventually, you can develop, is it called argin, too much colloidal silver is ARG, what? It's called what? Argeria, ARGYRIA. See, I had the first three letters because ARG is the prefix for silver, probably in Latin. Rubber Pig says, oh, I wasn't even thinking about the spicy stuff. Okay, good. Because the only person to edit my bobs is me. I used to have Lily. Lily left. Lily's doing better now, I heard, though, through the grapevine. But now it's just me. My sister learned Hawaiian tradition stuff, and she always puts paprika under your tongue to open sinus. Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard of that before. How exciting. Of course I'll do that. That is low risk, potential high reward. Very few people are going to get hurt that way. Speaking of spicy stuff, sounds great. I'll absolutely do that. Somebody told me to do oil of oregano. My friend Leroy, who has like a bunch of YouTube channels, FTD News and FTD Speaks. And I don't know, he does a lot of stuff about religion and Islam and India. I don't know the names of all of his channels, but yeah, he was like, use oil of oregano, but I never got around to it. Paprika under the tongue. Let's add that. How exciting. I learned something new today. Thank you so much, Lisa. I wish I could send you a tip for that. Paprika under the tongue. Huh. I heard oregano oil helps. Lisa says it won't be fun, but it works. If I remember correctly, the belly is what is messing up your sinus. But let me find my links. I will research more than I do anything, and I will ask Sis again for other info. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. Why am I so hungry? It's only 11. I find that actually for me, when I eat keto or lower carb, I do get hungrier more frequently, but it doesn't result necessarily or doesn't seem to result in weight gain. Though I have remarked that, they say people going on the keto diet lose weight rapidly. Not for me, or not in my case. On keto, I lose weight slowly and steadily, but definitively not rapidly. The most rapid weight loss I underwent was when I was having lower carb, but would fast. Fasting will just, the weight melts. But then you have to go through, the discomfort of not eating for extended periods, many, many, many days in a row, and getting into that sweet deficit. I guess I could have another dill pickle salad for lunch. I bought 2 bags of dill pickle salad. It's not that great, but it's okay. It's kind of good. I wish I was having chicken breast wrapped in bacon like Mr. Bitchy. Sorry, wait. What's your new name, Mr. Bitchy? It's Haven. So SJ says, I lost 10 kilograms with OMAD on 1 month. Yeah, there you go. You were fasting. John said, I wonder if eating homemade barbecue chips would work. No, John. That'll increase your waistline, John. No, that's the gluttonous side of you, or the hungry side of you speaking. Did you just have COVID or cold? Yes, I've probably had COVID 3 times, it feels like, since January. I have a throat cyst, as I told you right now. I got the gastrointestinal and sore throat and nose stuff at the beginning of like January and then February. But then recently, as of like a week ago, I've had a terrible cold with a cough. I probably had COVID in 2020, which is what caused all my symptoms. But as we know, you can contract COVID more than once, because Omicron is a different beast, and they don't know how immunity waxes and wanes. I mean, I certainly didn't get it as severely as I did the first time, which was catastrophic. So far, so good, other than I had like an aphasia flare on Saturday and an ocular migraine in my left eye, which happened oddly after I had been at a dollar store to find decorations for my new place, and I touched an LED light, and I immediately got eye pain once the light flashed in my eye, and then I had aphasia, but I was also getting sick. Anyhow, yes, right now I have a bit of a cough. I've got a runny nose. Who knows if they don't even test you for COVID anymore unless you're about to be admitted to the hospital. So I have no idea. I'll send you a video on Instagram. It helps clear up my sinuses instantly. Okay, sure. I'll get all this sinus content on my Instagram. I'm excited. Never thought I'd be excited about sinus content. What's your favorite Weezer album? Oh gosh, I don't know the names of all of them. I do know that I liked me some Weezer in the 90s. Say It Ain't So, that's Weezer, right? Say it ain't so. Your love is a heartbreaker. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Say It Ain't So was Weezer. Yeah. Oh, okay. My homemade chips aren't potatoes or daikon radish or zucchini. Then that's fine, John. But I think it's probably more efficient to just put the powder directly under your tongue, or sublingually, as the doctors like to say. I love music. Music is great. Makes life better, doesn't it? Partially explains the success of TikTok. We all have great tunes. Definitely stimulates the emotional part of our brain. Um, Bad story, and I don't want to talk about my illness, major illness, too much, but at one point when I was neurologically dysfunctional, whenever I should have been feeling something, I would hear music in my head instead, but not hear it. It wasn't like an auditory hallucination. It would just trigger it. So that's what's led me to concretely conclude or hypothesize that, yeah, emotion and music is definitively linked somewhere in the brain. It's probably innate. It's probably not taught, could be taught. I don't know. But this is my hypothesis. I am not a neuroscientist presently. With the ocular, with the lightning across the eyes, I've been getting them forever, then none. They just came back. No, I get no headache pain, just can't see for 30 minutes. My ocular migraine doesn't come with loss of vision, though my vision gets blurrier. It's more like it's pain on the, it feels like on the optic nerve. And this is the first, it's not the first time I got eye pain, because when I felt very critically ill, I got eye pain in both eyes amongst the massive cluster of symptoms I was experiencing. Mostly neurological, neurocognitive, or neuropsychiatric. But this time, yeah, it's like it feels like it's on the optic nerve. It's like this pain, and then I get light sensitive. And right in its onset, I got aphasia where I'm like, I when I try to speak, babbling comes out, and a lot of it is to do with the letter, and I don't even want to say the letter because it triggers me. The letter, or the letter G. So it's somewhere located somewhere in that letter region of my brain. Aunt Phillips, rise up this morning, smile at the rising sun. His birds are by my doorstep. Is that a Weezer song? That's cute. I like the birds. So yeah, I'm sorry, Lisa. In women, it can be triggered by hormonal shifts. In my case, I think it was the onset of this bad cold, or COVID. Who the fuck knows? COVID variant 80. I feel like COVID does keep mutating. I would love to know how many variants there are. There's probably far more than they're focusing on in the mainstream media. You get no headache pain, just can't see. Oh, that's really interesting. Minus sight. I think it's the light, computer stress. Yeah, light can trigger it. The light, maybe I was going to have it because it's hard to tell with the timing, but immediately when I looked at the LED light in the dollar store, I got this severe eye pain. I felt like I was going to have a non-epileptic seizure. So I texted my dad, stumbled back to their place and started like not being able to speak. And then the pain started, and it lasted all evening and kind of subsided after, I don't know, 4 to 6 hours. And I fell asleep and felt better the next day. Oh, Bob Marley. Oh, okay. Oh, is it? Yeah. What song? Maybe you lack minerals. I don't eat a bad diet. No, I mean, I got critically ill in 2020. And so, I mean, my health wasn't good before that, but my health hasn't been 100 since, sort of. Though there was a period as my brain, as the drugs they had put me on were wearing off in my brain, that I actually didn't get any colds, oddly enough. But that might have to do with it affecting my immune system, blocking my histaminergic system. But then since then, it's just, I'd been anemic too prior to my illness, which I think contributed to it. But the last time I got my blood tested, I was no longer anemic. And I don't feel, you feel sort of different when you're anemic. I don't feel that same way anymore. Or maybe it's a good theory. Anybody who can figure out why I'm not super strong with regards to ear, nose, throat, and throat issues, please shoot me a note at my Instagram or an email message. Ugh. Sorry, I'm sniffling. Lisa said, I was low in potassium for the first time last month. Was so tired, weak. It was crazy, kicked my butt. Did you start taking supplements? You drink electrolytes. Yes, electrolytes are great. I should order some more Element. More people need to drink electrolytes, or a lot of people, when they think they're hungry or they feel weak from low blood sugar, they're actually low in sodium or potassium and magnesium. I wish I had a medical degree so I could have the credentials when I start my channel, but I guess I'll just be like Thomas DeLauer and be like, I'm just passionate about this. I'm an independent person who had fragile health, who's also incredibly vain and wants to stave off the physical indicators of age for a very long time. And that's why I got into this. Not a good eater. Yes, people have no idea they need these things. No, they don't. We were sold so many nutritional inaccuracies in the 90s and 2000s and even 2010s. You don't need more carbs to stabilize your blood sugar. You do not need to be eating all the time. Salt is good for you. Fat is good for you, and you need it. Moderate protein is good for you. Green vegetables are good for you. Moderate fruit is probably good for you. Refined grains are not good for you. Good luck, vegans. Soy is better off probably being fermented. Natto's not bad for you. Hi, Gun Barrel. My Insta is Davison. I miss when the chat had a crown next to my name. Thank you. I like that I can tip myself. It's like a button down here. Choosing a vitamin is a puzzle. That's the real stuff versus crap. It's too much wrong info. Yeah. And yeah, not all supplement makers are equal. You need a lot of light. You know who's excellent to listen to, guys? Huberman. Daddy Huberman. I'm literally going to make a song called Daddy Huberman. To get his attention. Hey, Huberman's age appropriate for me. He's like 48. Let's make it happen. I mean, I don't know why I want to call him daddy. He is a daddy though. But then I just made a song, Govern Me Harder, Daddy. And now I make a song called Daddy Huberman. He bad. Daddy Huberman. I think his middle initials D. Or is this, wait, Andrew Huberman. Is it Andrew D. Huberman? Andrew E. Huberman? It is the Andrew D. Huberman. Andrew Daddy Huberman. He is hot. He's hot and he's smart. And I think he's single, but I think it's been really hard for him to date. He must be finicky and persnickety. Like, I think he just focuses mostly on work. Maybe he's a hoe, though. We don't know. I don't get, yeah, he might be a hoe. Huberman. The age in Huberman is for hoe. Daddy hoe. Daddy Huberman. There's another neurologist I love. His name is Dr. Ben Rain. He's adorable. Dr. Ben. Whenever I see him, I'm like, Ben. Hi, Ben. He's so sweet. Such a sweetheart. I just want to be like, I love Dr. Ben. He's adorable. Dr. Ben. And I say it in the baby voice. Dr. Ben. He's such a nice boy. I like him so much. Benjamin Rain. Neuroscientist. He's adorable. Here he is. Just an adorable young man. I get the sense he's only like max like 32. Dr. Ben's adorable. I love you, Ben. He's very nice. He's a good person, Dr. Ben. He's got a fiance though. Her name's Bella. God bless you, Bella. God bless. I would never steal your man. I do like brain doctors. I liked them before I fell ill, and now I like them even more now. I love neuroscience. Look at Dr. Ben, though. He's adorable. How old am I? How old do you think I am? I'm 12. I'm 19. How old are you? Exclamation mark. I can keep up with Huberman. I've learned so much from Huberman. It explained why I was experiencing a difference in the perception of time when I was ill. And I have to finish writing my book. It's painful to write. And I was incapable of being as eloquent as I had said before, up until I would say November, December of last year. But yeah, because it involves neuroscience. 28. Exactly. You guys are so smart. John says people say soy is as fine as the Japanese eat it all the time, but they have an entirely different cultivar. Ours is GMO and they process it. It's completely different. Their soy is great. Ours is poison. Ours is inferior. Man, Roundup. I should on my health channel talk about Roundup. Of course, the fucking manufacturers of Roundup deny it has any ill effects, but it obviously has deleterious effects. They're just cumulative. Like anything, the dose makes the poison, but if you're exposed to it daily, of course, it's going to add up. Lisa says, I will tell you about my brain issue when I write you. It's kind of crazy that all that I have, but it doesn't affect my brain mentally. I thank God. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like when I have aphasia, I don't lose the ability to understand reality. I don't hallucinate. I just can't speak. And when I have involuntary movements, it's just like, or whatever. I don't want to trigger them. Though when I was impaired, I was double fucked. I had both, but now I'm no longer, I think, as cognitively impaired. And if I am, it's very small. It's hard to be objective about one's own level of cognitive impairment. Though the area that governed self-awareness in my brain was never lacking when I was extremely ill neurologically. Even though some doctors, I don't consider psychiatrists really doctors. Maybe neuropsychiatrists are doctors, but other psychiatrists, you got to work on your thing. You got to work on your shit, like a lot. But because you guys are fucking corrupted by medicines that are very neurotoxic, and you are not focusing enough on the brain as holistically part of somebody's body, and as a neurological apparatus, you seem to think it's some sort of woo emotional thing that it's kind of really sort of not. Anyhow, you get brain zaps. You get brain zaps. Were you ever on antidepressants? Because that can happen after you're on antidepressants. Anyhow, where was I going with this? Brain issue, crazy. Oh, yes. I never lacked insight when I was ill. I even told certain doctors, neurologists, of course, included, that I was suffering from cognitive impairment because I was aware that I was less smart than I used to be. And I tried to even say, I think I'm 20 IQ points less than I was. They're like, oh, that's funny. How do you know? It's like, I can tell when you can memorize your fucking multiplication tables, solve riddles online, do brain games, and you're like, zzz, and then all of a sudden you're like, I don't remember. I couldn't draw properly. But they're like, you seem fine. It's like, yeah, because I was so fucking smart before. Now I'm fucking impaired. At one point, I was like, I couldn't even speak properly. At one point, I was like, ugh, literally like that. My arms were all fucked up, and it seems like the offensive way that people characterize people, or some people who are tragically cognitively impaired. Literally, that's what I was like at some point. It's crazy how sick you can be, and they will like try to gaslight you if they can't easily explain what's wrong with you. Anyhow, I recovered. Thank the Lord Jesus. I need to write a book about it, and data neuroscience is like Daddy Huberman. I'm speaking too quickly. So what are brain zaps? Oh, you mean when I have involuntary movements? Yeah, they're maybe they are. Maybe if we constantly monitored my brain with electrodes, or I had constantly a functional MRI running, we could definitely see when something kind of misfires. Brain zaps, though, in the context of psychotropic medication like SSRIs, antidepressants, even I hate fucking even talking about them. Another type of drug, which I won't bring up in that family. But they fundamentally alter the function of nerves in your brain. So they block parts of the ends of the nerves. I believe it's axons. Axons, nerves are axons in your brain. Axon. I want to make sure that I have never spoken this aloud. Axon neurons. Yes, there we go. So, as such, they create neurochemical, effectively, imbalances in your fucking brain. And the theory that we have neurochemical imbalances that causes depression is false. All you are doing when you engage in these chemical nerve blockades is destabilizing your brain and maybe inducing certain emotional states, no different than fucking dropping acid. Obviously, you probably won't hallucinate unless they give you super high doses. Gang, when I was sick, they did that to me, and I would wake up seeing fractals. So low key. And there was another time too. Oh, I can't. It was awful. The first time they made me take one specific drug, and like I kept seeing, when I closed my eyes, all these images of words flashing. So like bike, dog, shoe. Like I could see like flickering images. Imagine that. Like, so but yet I told you I never fully lost awareness. So you're fucking tripping balls. But anyhow, yes, all you do is that you disrupt the homeostasis of your brain, and you effectively drug yourself. So when you go off these drugs, the problem is your brain still has nerve blockades, but you're not adding an input that you were consistently adding. So it has to recalibrate its homeostasis, or level of balance, to achieve functionality. So things start to happen that the electrical impulses no longer, on top of no longer transmitting as they would in an undrugged brain, they're even more destabilized. So they're generating more erratic abnormalities. So you can feel like people look it up. People get things called brain zaps, where you feel like you can hear it, I think, to a certain degree, and you can feel it like a zzz in your brain, because our brains are electrical, by the way. That's why we need electrolytes. We are electrical beings. No, the medication doesn't help. Psychiatric medication doesn't help. Maybe some people, they feel less depressed. And there are certain applications for psychiatric medication, such as they discovered that fluvoxamine, I believe it's called, can assist in preventing COVID. For some reason, COVID doesn't like serotonergic drugs. So those drugs have certain applications. And there is an argument that with the long COVID that I had, or the post-viral syndrome that I had that affected me neurologically, they may have killed something that was perpetually causing inflammation or dysfunction in my brain. And then I obviously went off of all the drugs because it was giving me a movement disorder. And I didn't need it. I wasn't emotionally damaged that led to my illness. I was physically ill, and under the neurologist's advisement, I went off of it and just got better and better. But it is possible that it did stop the disease process. So those drugs, no, only in certain contexts can they help, but they're never correcting something the way that was marketed to you. You can even look it up. It is definitely not it is probably not the 5G towers. That's not what made me ill. It was a virus or something that attacked my brain. It also damaged my right eye, damaged my retina, damaged the movement, especially in the left side of my body. What does brain zaps? What's a form of Tourette syndrome? What is brain zaps? No. Tourette syndrome is not the same as aphasia, or what are you talking about? I'd never know. Well, of course, because there was the variables in me were not isolated. It's possible that I gradually, because some people who are afflicted with long COVID, it looks like it takes minimum 6, maybe even 4, but minimum 6 months to start to come out of it. It might have been the passage of time. It might have been, although I took that as I was coming out of it, I took azithromycin. Yeah, we'll never know, but it's certainly what they misdiagnosed me as having was not helpful. And any cognitive dysfunction I had was a result of the disease process, not of some latent illness that I just frankly do not have. And part of my issue was, yeah, anyhow, whatever. But yeah, psychiatric medication, I'm team anti-psychiatry. As it is currently practiced, they need to fix their shit because it's horrible. They destroy people's lives, or they control symptoms at the expense of the patient's quality of life. If I showed you the box of meds I have from the past 10 years that I don't take, good. They threw everything at me, even told me I was perimenopausal. Of course, they love to gaslight, especially female patients. Fuck them. Bunch of fucking hacks. And people forget, doctors are just people who pursued a specific form of training and are capable of memorization at the bare minimum. There are some brilliant people like Dr. Huberman. There are some incredible doctors. I did meet some good doctors, good people. Like the neuropsychiatrist, she was a good egg. Some of the neurologists I met were good people. But other doctors were just not so nice and not accurate and gaslighting as fuck and dismissive and wrong and damaging. And everyone I know has been misdiagnosed with something at least once, which is unfortunate. And the ear, nose, and throat guys are good so far. But the thing about your throat and your ears and your nose is that it's all mechanical, so they're less likely to fuck up on it, sort of, right? Because when you have an issue there, they can see it. Versus when it's in your brain, they cannot see it that well always, especially if it's a new presentation of a disease, as mine was, given that it was likely caused by COVID, which I fell ill before COVID testing was available, or that people even knew that it was about to affect the world so seriously. What is a form of Tourette syndrome, though? You didn't answer me. I certainly do not have Tourette's. Even told me I was perimenopausal, then menopausal, then post it was so irritating. I knew better. Good. Yes. Don't ever take them. Don't ever take them. If you are feeling psychiatrically unwell or cognitively unwell, and the difference would be how it affects you emotionally, though everything is interrelated. How much sleep are you getting? How much electrolytes are you getting? What is your diet like? What is your professional life like? What is your emotional life like? Focus on these first. Drugging yourself is a Band-Aid. Does not cure you, destabilizes your brain, affects the nerves in your entire body, leads to weight gain. But yes, I had cut myself off because I have a tendency to go on tangents. Some medication may reduce symptoms like feelings of distress, but they always have side effects that also negatively impact your quality of life, like impotence or lack of sexual sensation, weight gain, feelings of emotional flatness. And when you go off of them, a lot of them have protracted withdrawal syndromes that they're only just acknowledging now. And they've done studies that if you go on psychotropic medication, you generally, the statistics show you probably shorten your lifespan. And I believe you are at increased risk later on for dementia. Probably in part because those types of drugs, as I said, induce metabolic dysfunction on top of neurological dysfunction and nervous system dysfunction. I fucking hate the state of medicine, which is why I'm doing something about it. What's the holistic approach to anxiety in your experience? I think it just, hi Teha. I think I just explained that. I think cognitive behavioral training is incredibly valuable. I am not a therapist. I'm not licensed in that capacity, but to my understanding, everybody gets to a certain degree intrusive thoughts. It's just figuring out your specific pattern and triggers of anxiety and retraining your brain to cope with them or see them for what they are. So an intrusive thought, if you have one, you can just reassure yourself repeatedly that, oh, this is just an intrusive thought. I'm worrying about something I would literally never do. And you repeat until it minimizes it, right? Also, you can notice when you have anxiety flares. A lot of people's anxiety is absolutely adversely affected by the level of caffeine they consume. Cut down on that coffee, switch to drinks that also contain theobromine, like the green teas, because theobromine is it's also in dark chocolate. It's more of a nervous system calmant. You're too cute. Thank you. Meditation is one. Yes, that's true. Controlling your thoughts or managing them. That's true. Also, I've noticed about anxiety that, what was I going to say? Sometimes you can misinterpret threats. So if you see, for instance, I don't fancy sharper things. I'll be like, what if I were to hurt myself with those scissors? It's because my brain sees scissors and goes, scissors, sharp, danger, but then it warps it. So it's in recognizing that my brain is warping it and worrying that I'm going to do something that I would never actually do, because it's a misfiring of the harm or threat detection system. But yeah, the holistic approach also, like I said, includes diet, lifestyle, relationships, professionally, living environment. Where you live is one of the most fundamentally important things of your life. You have low quality of air, you have mold in your fucking place, you don't get enough sunlight, you're stressed out by your neighbors, you're a shitty fucking not property manager. I don't even want to bring up landlords, but you've got shitty, bad, negative influences in your life that pertain to your home. It's going to reduce your quality of life, which will induce more anxiety, because anxiety is like a vicious circle wherein, you feel anxious and then things bother you. And so then you feel more anxious. So if you add stress to that, it just worsens it. So I hope I expressed that well. So about the 5G towers, living environment is very important. People overlook it. They really do. I always feel slightly worried when being on team anti-psychiatry as it is currently practiced, because it's challenging the establishment, but the establishment needs challenging and has definitively been compromised by big pharma or ruined by or adversely affected by big pharma in a significant way. I guess when I am on that team, I'll just make sure the way that I'm presenting the information is calm and reasoned enough that people will be less angry with me, because I will anger people when I start bringing up that the medications they're taking are usually unnecessary and and almost always damaging in some way. There's a trade-off. How do you like your new flat? I love it so far. There's one weird thing in here. They put hardwood flooring in the bathroom. It's not a good idea to put uncoated hardwood floor in a bathroom. But other than that, and one of the taps, the cap on one of the taps is broken. Oh, and they drilled a hole somewhere and just kind of left a wire dangling. But my father tested the wire and it's not live, but it's weird because it's a high gauge wire meant for an appliance. It's been great. It's clean. It's renovated. I painted. I decorated a bit. See the black? I painted the black. I have to refine the edge a bit. I stuck flower stickers on the wall. I have lots of space. Eating blueberries makes me feel good. Then eat them. They're good for you, to my understanding. And elderberries are good when you're sick, as long as you make sure if you make them, you cook them enough because they're poisonous if undercooked or under-ripened. What other? I have another like bilberry, I believe, is also good for you. There's certain things that are very good in the blue anthocyanin category that benefit eye health. I am going to get enemies. Also, as I gain, hopefully, notoriety in the health realm, people will bring up my spicy work, but I'll be like, well, I'm a work of art. Next. Not a piece of work. Work of art. Ooh, exciting. You're eating blueberries. I am not. I am running on coffee that'll probably make me slightly anxious. Actually, this is my maximum dosage. I can't handle more than one Starbucks K-Pod. What do I do outside of YouTube? Absolutely nothing. I try to date men who are not worth my time, apparently. I get emotionally depleted by shitty men. I go for long walks. I love buying clothing. I try to control myself when it comes to clothing, but it's part of my job, and I'm going to take photos for spicy photos later. Look at these. They're tiny flame shorts. Tiny flame booty shorts. This is technically an extra small, but we don't care because that's how we want it to fit. Bam. Oh yeah. And the shirt says hottie. Mr. Right is just out there, just not right now. That's true. I am not going to look like a hottie like this. Oh shit, my blinds are open at the front. Here's my boobies. Nobody's home. Okay. Oh, I just realized that it's like not in the center. It's over the left tit. And look, it is a matching scrunchie. Come on now. This was $10. Extra small. This is tight though, but it's also stretchy, so. This is how YouTube wants me to do try-on hauls. Wearing pants underneath. Hey guys, you want to see without the pants? Join my OnlyFans. Oh gosh, yes, Poshmark's amazing. I also got this. Isn't that cute? This is Euphoria vibes. Let's just keep going. Now I'm being my silly self. We'll stop in a minute. This is a large. I don't know what large woman could wear this. Could you tell me how this is a large? How the hell? If you had giant melons, how the hell would you fit into this? How? I do not. I have many things, but a large rack is not one of those things. I have a juicy butt, but I'm not. Usually girls are either gifted here or here, but not both unless they're wider or curvier. Some girls, there are the rare girls that are like, but those are super, super rare. It's usually one or the other. So I got the butt, but I certainly didn't get the boobs. These are like a B. No large woman would fit this top. This is not a large. Do we agree? Where? I guess you could be like this. I'm glad I got a large. I didn't. There were no change rooms where I went, so I had to just guess. But usually, getting a medium or a large works. Belly shirts are back, and they are. But you can get usually, but now it's more like high-waisted stuff. So like if there is a little like pouch, you can like cover it up, right? I'm cold. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna get back into my normal outfit. Or do you want me to keep my stupid try on haul superhero? Manic Pixie try on haul girl. Or Manic Pixie try on girl or try hard girl. Okay, I'm gonna get back in my other stuff. Oh, I'm cold. It's like -8 here today, but apparently it's going up to -16. Oh, okay. Boo. Oh, I'm cold. I could turn up the heat in here. I keep it at a crisp, like 62 to 66. My dad's like, you realize the normal temperature in here should be 72. I'm like, I guess so. Shivering's good for us. So John says, I think they changed the size chart. I've always bought large shirts and jackets, but a catalog I just got tells me my measurements are XL. Yeah, because that top would not. Oh, it's going down to -16? Really? Ew. Here, we're turning up the heat. I am cold. Oh. Weather forecast.
It's currently partly cloudy and -6 degrees.
It says it's going down to -8, but when is it going down to -16? Weekly weather forecast.
The forecast is calling for both snow and rain this week.
It's going down to -10 tomorrow. And then it's going up to 14 degrees on Sunday. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, 36 is bad, but not as bad as it is here. Where are you? You're in Hawaii, Lisa? Hey, I'm in the warmest area of Canada, literally the warmest. I mean, maybe Vancouver's warmer. So I'm in like the second, generally on average, warmest region in Canada. Oh, you're in Boston. I'm in Southern Ontario. Warmest region, Canada. Victoria, British Columbia, Southern Ontario. Five warmest places in Canada. Oh, Halifax. I didn't realize that. And St. Catharines. Boop, boop. It's good that I knew that. I sensed it because based on the fact that freaking Montreal is always colder than where, my family lives. So that's one of the reasons I actually moved here, because the weather is generally milder. Oh, I'm sorry, Lisa. Oh, man, we've almost made it 2 hours. Whoa, I was going to leave at like the hour mark, but I persisted. 36 is a bit more than 2 degrees Celsius. We're still in the minus Celsius weather for another week or two. But I can go visit her in New Zealand so someday. Yeah, gosh. Travel was just so poorly impacted by the fucking pandemic. All these rules that don't seem to have changed really the outcome of the pandemic, especially because of Omicron and the problems or inefficacies of the vaccines. No, it's fine. I host live streams, Lisa, that are like casual friend chill outs. It's not like people who are like constantly talking about one political topic and you can't get a word in edgewise, generally speaking. I like my live streams to be like hanging out with people, like social. What's for lunch? Pickle salad? Maybe salmon? I stopped being hungry. I was hungry and now that's faded. Maybe I'm more back into ketosis again. I tested my blood sugar like an hour after eating earlier and I was at a 5.4. So that's considered fasting blood sugar. I feel like right now I'm probably at a 5.1 or below. I could test it and we could see. I've done that before too. Be nice to Lisa Gun Barrel. He's just teasing you though. We all need to talk about our lives. We're social creatures. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. That's also one of the things about so-called mental health, or I would say wellness or well-being, because I take issue with the term mental health for various reasons, but we won't get into that right now. But yes, too much isolation is bad for you. Not having a safe space to discuss your complicated emotions is bad for you. It's definitely bad for anxiety. There's so many fronts that we need to touch on. Actually, that's what I was thinking about with regards to my new series, is that I should have like a different color-coded categorization of videos, ones that talk about emotional well-being. Because like anti-aging can't just be about definitely not just about cosmetic or cosmetics. I mean, that definitely you usually look cosmetically better the better your aging process, but it's about so many different things. It's about heart health, brain health, emotional health, lifestyle health, environmental health, et cetera, et cetera. So I was like, I should come up with some sort of system, or like maybe every day of the week there'll be like a different color code, like like lavender, like yellow, like I don't know why I feel like pastels are going to be the thing for my new venture. He's flirting with you, Lisa. John says, even the CDC and the World Health Organization are admitting that none of the measures work other than wash your hands and keep your distance. Governments are going to have a hard time justifying their rules now. Oh no, is my carbon monoxide detector not working? Uh-oh, this does not look like it's functioning. Oh well. There's one at my foot. God Barrel says, I'm an introvert just living my best life. I am definitely not an introvert. I am dominant and I'm an extrovert. But again, is it really as binary as extrovert, introvert, is ambivert, somewhere in between avert? Carrie Mae Jay has good info on the pandemic. I have not watched her yet. Oh, I like that. Native American traditions on the whole health chart. That's another thing too. I should include Eastern medicine, Native American medicine, Chinese medicine. What's in Eastern medicine? Not just Western medicine. Thank you very fucking much. They don't know it all. Naturopathic, allopathic. Oh, wait, allopathic is other than traditional Western allopathy. I just second guess myself when I shouldn't. Oh no, allopathy is the treatment of disease by conventional means. Naturopathy versus allopathy. So I was wrong. It was good to question myself. Oh, she's on Rumble or Odyssey. I need to also be on Rumble. I saw a video on that, but I was, oh yeah, sorry. Want me to send you that video link? Sure. I don't know what I am. I love to be alone and quiet, but not 24/7. It's on a spectrum, but I think socially I'm not typically anxious socially unless I'm being too intellectually challenged in a way and I'm feeling nervous, not unsure of my knowledge, or I'm tired and trying to be engaged in some form of a debate. But other than that, I'm like very gregarious and socially very secure. You're the life of the party. Sort of, depends on the party. Here I'm the life of the party. I have complete control here, right? Nobody's interrupting me. I just respond to you guys when I feel like it, right? This is not a two-way conversation in the traditional sense. I wish there was an app that I could study neurology with, or maybe there's got to be some sort of website that can like give me neurologic training, like I don't know, online university courses. But I kind of want to do it more casually than that. I'm curious to know if my self-assessed blood sugar reading is accurate. Here, hold on. I'm gonna check because I said I felt like I was like 5.1. I bet you I'm at 5.1. Although I have been sipping cream in my coffee, so maybe that has like 1 or 2 carbs. Let me back. Hold on. Testing. It's the little lancet. It's the pokey thing that goes into your finger. Put the cap on. Select a depth. 2. Pull the little thing, make sure it's there. There's the button. You jab it into your fingy. That didn't even hurt at all. There's nothing. And this requires very little blood. And it does your reading. I'm still at 5.4. Didn't change, not 5.1. No change from earlier. If you want to study at your own pace without getting the parchment, try online university courses aimed at seniors. Most are free, no certificate given, university level courses. That sounds like fun. Okay, good night, USA for the win. Mwah. Sending love, peace and love. 5.4 is fine. I mean, that's not indicating any blood sugar problems. Hold on. Blood sugar, 5 points. Fine. I already know this. Blood sugar, 5.4 millimoles after eating. The majority of healthy individuals, normal blood sugar is between 4 to 5.4. So I have like fasting level blood glucose right now still. Are we trying to out Lisa? What's going on? What's going on? While you guys talk, I'll check my YouTube comments. It's that time. I also have to go to the bathroom. I need a potty break. And I'm definitively very talkative today. Why? I don't know. Maybe because I've been socially isolated, sort of. Why am I looking at the Rogers app? That is incorrect. Same colors. So, some comments I get, man. Why is your surname Rofalco? No, I want held for review. Okay, no. Analytics. How are we doing views wise right now? We're doing okay. I don't think Lisa's been here before because her speech patterns are different. This is a new individual. I can tell. I can tell a lot of people, a lot about people by the way they write. Everyone has a different rhythm. Okay, I'm out of here too. Bye. Take care, Lisa. Have a good day. Can't wait for the next vid. I don't chat usually, listen a ton, but I hardly talk because I work on a computer. I can't chat too. This is weird for me to chat so much. It's because it's good vibe friend time. I will end this broadcast though in exactly 1 minute because my left eyeball is bothering me a bit. I need to unpack more. I need to get some of the fire shorts shot. I have a lot of work to catch up on and a series to start. So it's been fun. Thank you for keeping me company. I hope you guys are all well. Any final remarks before we wrap this up exactly at the 2-hour mark? Oh, my poor left eyeball hurts. Bye. 40 more seconds. It's not Visine, it's nerve pain. So unless the Visine can go directly into my optic nerve, it's not going to work. I hope it's not optic neuritis. Okay, thank you, Lisa. It's nice meeting you. It's almost been 2 hours. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.